Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely.
The band Lukas Graham formed in the center of Copenhagen 5 years ago, and now they're taking North America by storm. Their breakout hit 7 Years is steadily climbing to the top of all the charts, and they just released their debut album last week. Joining us now, bassist Magnus Larsson, keyboardist Kasper Dahlgaard, lead vocalist and songwriter Lucas Forthammer, and drummer Mark Malgren. It's so great to have all of you here. It's a real treat. And congratulations on 7 and on, of course, the album. It's
Thank
awesome.
you, Bev. Thank you.
About, congratulations on your pronunciation of the name.
Oh,
That's
well, let
actually...
me ask, you know what's amazing? Because all the articles that I've been reading about you, I'm hard-pressed to find an article that gets your name right, that's the name of the band. Exactly. You are Lucas.
Yeah, but Graham has nothing to do with my name. Everyone thinks I'm Graham as a middle name or Graham as a second name, where Graham isn't actually on my birth certificate, so...
That has been a problem in airports from time to time.
Yeah,
when people book tickets with Lukas Graham on it.
Even travel agents get it wrong.
Not only that, getting into the hotel, I'm like, yeah, so there's a room for Lukas Forthammer. I have a Lukas Graham. I was like, yeah, that's me. You have ID, sir? So I can't get my room. Just book me a new room.
Yeah, get it done. Well, listen, I mean, you guys are so busy now and on this North American tour. Tell me about the ride right now, because you're so busy. People just love your music, and it's still new, this new album.
Yeah. Well, you could say that the good thing about being big back home is that we tried this ride before. The only problem is that back then we never really got to enjoy it.
Yeah, it all went so fast, and I think we didn't really know what to expect back then.
Yeah, and
so now it's just really, really nice to get to experience that once again. Obviously, just on a much bigger scale, but
well, when we're eating breakfast, it's usually there. We're looking at each other and telling each other like, let's enjoy this to the fullest. Let's like when we get the phone call that we're #1 in Singapore or Canada or Australia, like it's so far away and unfathomable that the only thing you can do is, when we find out we're #1, we have a glass of wine for lunch. Like,
also after the concerts, we take the time to speak with the audience afterwards.
If we can, Unfortunately, yesterday in Toronto, we had to not do it because we had to get up early and, and do a lot of stuff.
Understood. But it must be, when you first put 7 together as a whole and you were listening to it, I mean, could you have even imagined how big this song would be?
I knew it was unique. And I think Mark was there when I wrote it.
Yeah.
I think Mark also knew that that song was something special. The problem when you wrote it was the song was so complete as a song that it took a while. It took a while to produce it.
And there goes the pillar.
And it was just flopping back and forth. It took 18 months to finish the production, and Mark came up with like 4 different drum loops. And I think the bass and the piano was kind of there from the beginning, figuring out how the drums should like accentuate the song, how the strings, the brass, everything had to come together in like this eclectic...
And the first time we performed it, actually 2 years ago.
Today.
Yeah.
Wow, is that
in
today?
Munich,
Wow.
In Munich, we know it because it was Frank, our sound guy's birthday. So.
Oh, so
Happy birthday, Frank!
At that time, it was like how long? 8 minutes long or something. We had to cut it down.
Not when we performed it.
Well,
when I wrote it.
But when you wrote it,
a lot of verses.
Cut it down. And,
a
lot of ages.
Anyway, when you I mean, because you guys have been together a long time, you kind of went to high school together, but you weren't close buds in high school, right? Like, you knew each other.
Yeah. Like
Exactly.
we formed a band 11 years ago playing folk music in high school. And then we didn't talk together for 2 years after graduation because we were friends because we played music.
Yeah.
Where now, if we for some miraculous reason stopped doing this, I think we'd still hang out.
Yeah.
But we started as just playing together. Like we didn't hang out like on Thursdays. We'd meet on the weekends when Magnus took the bus home from Berlin. He was studying jazz in Berlin. So Magnus would take the bus home on a Thursday evening.
Every other weekend, the guys would be too drunk to rehearse. So.
Well, you guys are so tight now. What a treat. Looking forward to your performance. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for
having us.
Thanks.
Lukas Graham will be back in our next half hour to perform 2 songs on the AM soundstage.